Hey, Kelly, can you lend me $300? I'm having a hard time making ends meet this month. Hey, Kathy, again? Didn't we lend you some just the other day when you said you ran out of money? Even if you're my mother-in-law, aren't you going to have a hard time paying us back? Huh? I'm having a hard time making ends meet. Aren't you going to try to help me out, or what? But I've already loaned you $500 this month. If it goes any further, we'll have a hard time making ends meet too. Isn't that your own fault? What? Don't you think I don't know about it? I heard you quit your job. Oh, yes. Actually, I resigned at the end of last month. Oh my God, what a mess you've made. Isn't that why you ran out of money to lend me? I kept loaning you money, didn't I? Do I have to keep lending you money forever? Actually, Henry quit his job. What? You mean your son Henry? That boy has been very sensitive since he was little. He got sick because of his boss and co-workers' harassment. I see. I've been relying on him for my daily expenses, so I'm in trouble now. I was going to have you and Matt to send some money to us. Sending money? We can't afford to send you money. And that's because you quit your job. Why did you do that? Well, besides my job at the company I worked for, I also had a job using the internet. I started it as a side job, but it started going well and I got busy. I decided that I couldn't work 2 jobs at once. After discussing it with Matt, I decided to resign from my job. Huh? You quit your job in favor of earning pocket money? How unwilling are you to work? I don't want you to tell me about it. So, you're just going to let him work hard and you're going to stay home and relax? No, I'm not relaxing at home. It's just that I don't have to go to the office anymore. I'll be working from home, so I may be even busier. We're on the right track after all. How come you didn't ask me for any advice? I didn't hear a word about you quitting. Well, that's what Matt and I discussed. Because it's not worth the money, right? What? That's right. You don't even go to work. You just work at home to earn a little money. So there's no way you can talk to me about it, right? You knew I would go against, so you kept quiet, didn't you? Well, that's one thing, but you're wrong about me making little money. I got on the right track and my income has exceeded the previous salary. What? I knew that no matter what I told you, you would get so angry and oppose it. So we decided not to tell you about it. What are you talking about? Are you trying to blame me? It's more like you put yourself into this situation. I'll take this as a good opportunity to tell you something. Matt and I moved out. Moved out? Without telling me? You can't do that. Where on earth did you move to? I can't tell you that. Why not? Because Matt doesn't want to. Matt is my son. He would never say such a thing. You persuaded him, didn't you? What on earth are you thinking? I would never persuade him. Then why is he suddenly saying such a thing? It seems that he has had a lot on his mind about you. Don't talk like you know what you're talking about. I wonder how you could possibly talk to me like that. Anyway, now that Henry is ill, it's you and Matt who have to support me. Don't be selfish. We can't help you anymore. Huh? Kelly, I know you think you've successfully got away with it, but I finally found out where you guys live. It was hard to find, but it's a nice house. I didn't think you secretly bought a house. It's as if you bought it for me. Excuse me? You guys are not thinking straight. You can't run away from me. I'll chase you wherever you go.
Have you been looking for a house all year?
Of course I was. I told you you'd have to take care of me. That house would be perfect for me.
What are you talking about? I told you we cannot do that. I know you're Matt's mother, but we can't afford to make all your living expenses.
That's why I told you not to quit your job. You even bought a house, but you're still not working, are you?
No, I've been working on the internet ever since. I'm busy every day all day in the house.
You're right. I've been keeping an eye on your house the whole time. I know how much you're out and about.
What? Are you spying on me?
Yes, I am. You went out shopping or something earlier, didn't you? You didn't look like you were dressed up, so I guessed you went to the grocery store or something.
Kathy, what on earth are you doing sneaking around? Please stop spying on me.
Sneaking around is such a rude thing to say. I'll move in with you in the new house.
Huh? What do you mean?
I had my stuff brought in while you were out.
What?
I'm moving in with you starting today.
Wait a minute. Why would you do such a selfish thing? In the first place, how could you have a key to our house? Are you kidding me by saying random things?
I don't give a damn about the key.
What?
I broke the back window to get in. I'm pretty clever, aren't I?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? What do you mean you broke the window? Then you really are a thief.
I'm not a thief. I'm Matt's mother. I'm just a mother moving in to support my son.
We refused to let you live with us a year ago, didn't we?
Matt and I are mother and son, so there's no way he could say no. And yet, you still don't work. What do you mean you spend your time at home playing?
I am not playing. I just work from home. Neither Matt nor I have any intention of supporting you.
What? How selfish can you be? Anyway, come home right now, okay?
Matt, we're in trouble. What do we do?
Kelly, what's wrong?
It seems like for the past year, your mother has been looking for us.
What? Are you serious?
And she finally tracked us down. She's been watching us for the past few days.
What? What do you mean? Is she spying on our house?
It seems like it. She said we are going to take care of her.
She's still talking like that. She doesn't understand anything after what happened to my brother.
I wish she was just saying that, but she said she broke the back window and brought in her stuff in the house.
What? Oh my God. What has she done?
What are we going to do? I think she will be home when I get back from grocery shopping. I can see it'll be a big trouble.
Right. I can't believe she would cause such a problem at a time when people are busy. I can't believe her. Oh, but...
What?
You know, she says that I work for a famous company and have a high income, so she wants me to support her, right?
Probably. I was surprised when she asked me to send her my entire salary. I guess she figured your income would be enough for us to live.
She must have mistakenly thought we'd become wealthier by moving out, and we are making money much more than before. I'm horrified, even she's my own mother.
I guess.
But you know what? What if we tell her a lie?
What?
What if we tell her that things have changed and I'm just getting ready to get a new job, so I'm unemployed? What do you think?
I see. That sounds good.
I want to make sure the story is straight, that there's no misunderstanding between us. Why don't we meet at a nearby cafe?
I'd appreciate it if you did.
Oh, my brother is calling.
I'll see you later.
I think I'll be there in about 30 minutes, so have some coffee and wait for me.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Kelly, are you staying in your house again, earning little money? How long are you going to depend on Matt? It's normal for married couples to work together, you know? And you rely solely on his income. I can't forgive you for refusing to support me because of that.
I have no intention of relying solely on Matt's income.
But you still haven't found a new job yet. I will not forgive you. You have to support me from now on. You should go and find a job right away.
I have been telling you for a long time. I've been working the whole time.
Are you still saying that? If you hate working so much, get out of the house. I don't need you because I have Matt to take care of me.
I see. Then why don't I show you hell?
What? What are you talking about? Are you dreaming?
Don't worry. I'll be out of the house by the end of the day.
Oh, really? That's good.
I have no intention of supporting you. To be honest, I don't even want to live with you.
Since you're leaving, why don't you just leave without pissing people off? You make me angry to the very end. Hey, Kelly, are you okay? Have you arrived yet safely?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just got here and was thinking about what to eat.
Sorry, I couldn't stay with you.
Not at all, I'm fine.
Please have a relaxing day today.
I would love to, but I've got a lot of work to do, so that's not going to happen. I have to do my best from now on.
Well, good work, but don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah, I know.
Well then, I'll be done with this one in a few days, so just wait for me. It's gonna be absolutely fine. You just have to trust me.
Yeah, I know that too. I'll wait for you while I work over here.
Kelly, where are you right now? Answer me.
Hi, Kathy. What is it?
I'm asking you where you are right now.
I don't think I have to tell you because I'm the one who was kicked out by you.
Don't talk like that. Come back now.
Why?
You had to come back and take care of me.
I told you I have no intention of supporting you, so I will not return to that house. And I have no intention of telling you where I am. Well, excuse me.
You knew and you kept quiet, didn't you?
What?
I knew there was something wrong with Matt since he's been home all these days. But I never thought he'd quit his job. Why would he quit a company that was well known and well paid? I don't get it.
I think he had his own problems. It doesn't matter if it was a famous company or not. If his future is brighter because he had the courage to quit, I think we should support him, don't you?
Huh? What are you talking about? If his income decreases, he won't be able to support me.
You only think about yourself, don't you?
I have to live too. Matt would have known that. Now he's telling me he quit his job.
I see.
I got angry and kicked him out, telling him not to come home until he gets a job. But it's not like he's going to get a good job right away. So you're going to have to work to support me. Come back now.
Don't you think you would like to work for yourself? It's normal to earn money to live on your own, not to be supported by others. When you reach your age, there are plenty of people who have diligently saved up so they don't have to work.
You are as cocky as ever. It really pisses me off.
I heard that you kicked out Matt's brother and moved in.
Huh?
He got sick and quit his job, didn't he?
That's right. He's a useless eldest son.
Didn't he get sick because of you?
What?
You stole most of his income he worked so hard to earn, and he could only go back and forth between work and home. If that's the case, it's no wonder he got sick.
What? Are you saying it's my fault?
I think that even if it's not 100% your fault, You account for a large percentage. When you asked me to support you with my own income, I was terrified. Your eldest son had to do that every month, so it must have made him sick.
Henry is my eldest son, so I just let him do what's natural for him, okay? He only got sick because of his mental weakness. A weak child like him should be trained more in society. So I turned my heart against him and kicked him out of the house.
And you forced us to take care of you, right?
Forced you? You really are misunderstanding this whole thing, aren't you? It's natural for children to support their parents.
Henry is now working for the same company that Matt was working for.
What?
When he was kicked out of the house, Henry contacted Matt. He was at our house until shortly before you moved in.
He was?
Yes. Originally, he came to consult with us about his future. He said he was kicked out of his house and had nowhere to go, so he lived with us for a while.
I can't believe that boy did that. What kind of a shameless child is he?
Shameless? Henry worked so hard for you. After your husband passed away, he felt he had to support you as the eldest son. That's what he said.
Isn't that common sense?
What kind of a mother would kick out such son?
You have no right to tell me that, who has no idea how a mother feels.
I don't have a child, so I don't know how mothers feel. But I do know how Henry feels. If you were my mother, I'd be shocked.
Huh?
I would wonder, what have I done all this time? You always need the money I earn, and I wasn't always needed. I cannot forgive you for hurting Henry.
Why do I have to hear this from you? Who do you think you are?
After hearing Henry's story, Matt's company happened to be looking for employees. They decided to hire him because they expect him to be an immediate asset.
Oh, really?
It's a pity that Henry and Matt had to be replaced, but it seems that Henry is working very lively now.
Really? Then should I ask about Henry's whereabouts too?
I don't think so. If I tell you, there's no point of moving out.
I'm Henry's mother, remember?
You kicked him out after he lost his income, and you asked us to support you, didn't you? Because Henry lost his income, you thought you'd have trouble making a living for yourself. So you found out where we live and forced to move in.
Isn't it natural? If the first son can't support his mother, then the second son has to support her. And yet, what is it with you two being unemployed as a couple?
I am not unemployed. As I've said before, I work from home and make more money than I did before.
Then you should support me for the time being. God, how can my sons be so incompetent? I hate it.
No, I have no intention of supporting you at all. We were actually getting ready to move out before you moved in.
What? Moving? Did you guys just buy a house? Oh, I get it. You never had a decent job, and now you're having a hard time paying the bills.
That house was originally a rental property.
Yeah? Wasn't it your own home? Well, it doesn't matter if it's a rental as long as I can live in it.
No, you cannot live there.
Why not?
Because we are in the process of canceling the lease at the end of this month due to our move. You have to be out of there by the end of this month too.
Huh? I sold the house I was living in and moved here. Where should I go?
Why don't you just use the money from selling the house to find a house for yourself?
Well, that's the thing.
What?
That money is gone after paying off the debt.
Huh? I'm amazed. How much debt did you have?
Well, I spent it on various needs. So you guys will have to take care of me. Tell me where you moved to. I'll be right there.
Please don't joke about this. I can't live with someone who doesn't plan that well.
Don't be so cold.
Then tell me where Henry is, please.
I believe I refused that too earlier. Please don't hurt Henry anymore. Right now, Henry and Matt have a very good working relationship. Matt quit and went to work for another company, but his former company thanked him for introducing them to a good person. Matt was very happy to have such a good brother.
I see. Then they'll be happy to take care of me too.
You don't understand anything, and you don't even try to understand. We will only suffer if we do that. We will not tell you where Henry is, and of course, we will not tell you where we are. You will have to live the rest of your life on your own.
How can that be? If you have found a good job, won't you be able to provide for me well enough? You don't have the authority to make decisions on your own.
This is Henry and Matt's decision. I may never see you again. Please take care. Shockingly, after kicking Henry out of the house, Kathy immediately sold the house. She no longer had a house to live in. She had no choice but to go to her relatives. But since Henry told his relatives about various matters, they did not accept Kathy anymore. Kathy, who is in need of a place to live, is now working at a factory, living in a cheap motel to make a living. She still has to repay her debts and is spending her days only working. We are living happily in our new home with a fresh start. Matt has gotten used to his new job and is making progress while exchanging information about work with Henry. It is thanks to Kathy that the siblings have become closer, so I would like to thank her for that part of our lives.
Hey, Steve. We're going to meet my parents to tell them about the wedding and you're suddenly gone? Something urgent? Are you so nervous that you got a stomachache? What's wrong?
No, that's my word. Give me a break.
What do you mean? Did I do something?
Huh? How can you play dumb after showing me something like that? I can't believe you don't notice anything.
Huh? Wait a minute. I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop laughing and tell me what you didn't like.
How can you not understand? I seriously cringed.
If I did something, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're fine. It's so normal for you that you don't even notice. Then let me tell you. I left because it was too old and I cringed.
Old? Are you talking about my parents' house? Are you saying that my parents' house is so old that you cringed and left?
That's right. You don't understand unless I tell you every single time. I knew if you grow up in such a shabby house, your imagination becomes shabby and you lose the sense of a normal human.
It's true that my parents' house is old because my grandpa also lived there when he was young. But that doesn't mean you can talk like that. And you're gone for that reason?
I'm telling you, it might be nothing for you, but it's a matter of life and death for me. I don't want to be in that old house, and of course I don't want to become your family. It's over. No marriage.
What are you saying? What's wrong with you, Steve?
It's easy. If people see that house, they'll want to go home. I don't know how you live in that old house. It's about to collapse. I mean, it looks completely abandoned.
It's true that the house is old, and some parts are falling apart, but leading it to break off an engagement? That's crazy.
You're the one who's crazy.
I'm serious.
You know, I'm the CEO. Have you forgotten my position? It's too embarrassing to have a woman who is poor and lives in a shabby house as my wife. I can't introduce such women in high society. People would think I'm not a good judge of character, and it would be bad for my public image. Above all, it's hard to be a part of a poor family. They're definitely going to bum off.
Why do you say such terrible things? It's a precious house with lots of memories. Besides, it's not like my family is poor.
Huh? You guys are absolutely poor. You live in a shabby house. Rich people live in a much nicer houses. We, the rich people, value our private time. That's why I can't stand to live in a house like this.
I'm saying we're not poor.
Whatever you say, it was shabby, which means you're poor. It's no use lying to me. Understood? That's how it is. Period.
It's true you're the president's son, and now you are the president. I can understand that my parents' house looks old, but you're breaking off an engagement just because of that? That's insane.
It means that the world you and I live in is different. You approached me because you thought you could get rich, right? Live in a beautiful house, have luxuries beyond your level, make me support your parents. Poor people can't earn enough even though you work hard, you know. You were dreaming of what you would do when you could spend my money, huh? I knew it. You poor people are so nasty.
I wasn't planning like that.
Well, this is the reality. It's no use trying hard to hold them back. The moment I realized you wanted my money, I cringed. I'll have to say goodbye to the poor lady who dreamed of being rich.
How can you say such a terrible thing? You really suck.
I can't help you. Why don't you look in the mirror and say that instead of telling me? Well, I'm sorry you couldn't get rich. I think it's a good idea to rebuild your parents' house before you find a new guy. It may be tough with your meager income, but good luck.
Stop it. Just because my parents' house is old, don't assume I'm trying to use you to get rich or I'm poor and tell me terrible things. I'm glad I found out you were such a jerk before we got married. I don't want to marry you.
You're upset because I found out you were trying to use my money? I'm not the one who is horrible. You're the one who's crazy. I'm acting normal.
That's not true. I don't think I could have made it work if I had married you. Maybe it's a good thing we end here.
How could you say that to me? After being upset, now you admit the fact? Why don't you complain to your parents who live in such an old house? Well, before you complain, you should fix the house. I don't think poor people have that kind of money, though.
It's none of your business. You're a stranger now, so don't mess with me.
Whatever. You poor bastard. You should regret for being abandoned. Don't make me pissed. You'll see. Hey, how are you? Poor girl who failed to become rich. You're too poor that you had to sell your phone.
What is it? You're annoying.
Oh, you haven't sold it, even though you're poor? Well, I'm sure you're going to be selling it soon. I'm glad I got in touch with you before that.
Shut up. We've already called off the engagement, so don't reach me. I'll block you if you have nothing to tell me.
Don't say like that. You poor people are so small-minded. I was just trying to tease you a little. Don't get so angry. I just wanted to know what kind of poor life you're spending.
Huh? By the way, I heard that you started dating some company president's daughter right after you broke up with me.
Hey, how do you know that? Well, that's none of your business anymore.
That rumor seems to be all over. I just happened to hear it from a friend.
A rumor that a poor woman failed to become rich? I've heard that poor people and country folks can't afford to spend money on entertainment, so all they do is gossip, huh? You guys knew about us so quickly, so your friend is also poor?
Don't insult my friends. My friend who thought we were still together just happened to see you guys. She called me to ask if you were cheating.
What a nuisance. Well, she's right.
So you were dating her before you broke up with me?
Yup.
How dare you? You're making me angry again. That's why you broke off the engagement so suddenly? Because you had someone else after me?
Oh, come on, don't get mad. If you're going to be upset about yourself being so poor.
I'm glad my friend told me. Just you wait.
I don't know what you poor people are talking about. Hey, poor lady.
What now? You came to tease me again? Fine. I have something to tell you.
What is it? You want me to give you money? I'm the president of the company, and the living expense for a poor person is like a penny for me, or rather, it's not much to throw away. I don't have any money to give to a poor woman who wants to be a millionaire, though.
You can speak like that for now. You're going to have a hard time earning even that small amount of money from now on.
What do you mean?
Your client, Tube Company, is going to terminate the contract with your company.
What are you talking about? Tube Company is our major client. If that happened, we'll go bankrupt.
You don't believe me, do you? Well, just stay carried away. Enjoy your few remaining moments of being rich.
I don't believe a word a poor person says. It's really funny how poor people lie like that. Hey, what is this?
What's going on?
Like you said, tube company said they're going to terminate the contract.
Oh, that's a problem.
Huh? It is your fault?
I don't know. I told you in advance, didn't I?
So that means you did it. But how could a poor woman do that? You told something to the president. Damn it. The way you poor people do are too shitty. It's a horrible thing for poor people to be able to do anything just because they have nothing to lose.
Your words are more shitty than mine. I didn't say anything. Don't be rude. I didn't do anything, so will you stop making accusations?
Of course you've done something. There's no way my business partner would cut me off for no reason. Besides, you knew in advance that they were going to terminate. If you didn't do it, then who did it?
Let me tell you, my dad did it.
Your dad? Even your parents are poor, right? No way he could do it. How can a great tube company be moved by one poor person's story?
I never said they were poor. You just misunderstood. My dad is a great person. He has money.
Don't tell such an obvious lie. How can a great person live in such a shabby house? Rich people live in mansions.
Well, I haven't shown it to you yet, but he has a villa next city. We live in that old house because it's filled with our memories. And the reason we haven't renovated it is because there are some drawings which I drew on the wall when I was little. You can't buy memories, right? We've built a villa, but we mainly live in that house.
Are you sure about that? Then you asked your dad to tell something to Tube Company?
I mean, my dad is the managing director of that company. I told him about you since you judged us poor because the house was old and we broke off our engagement and the fact that you were cheating. Then he goes, "Who's the boss? Who would do such a thing?" He was furious. When I told him the name of your company, we were surprised to find out that it was his business partner. He immediately terminated the contract.
Oh no. Tube Company is one of our biggest clients, accounting for 60% of our business. If they did that, our company would go bankrupt. Do you know what you've done? Your selfishness will make my company's employees suffer. Can you take the responsibility for that?
Why don't you say that to the mirror instead of me? It's all your fault. You deserve it. For making fun of me like that.
I'm so sorry. Can you ask your dad to stop the termination?
No, I can't because I'm poor. You said so yourself that a poor person's story won't move a great company.
Are you kidding me? I'll apologize for calling you a poor person. I understand you're angry, but you don't have to go this far.
No, you don't understand anything.
Rebecca, please. If I don't do something, my company will go bankrupt. I'm so sorry. So please, reconsider cutting off business with us.
If you insist so much, talk to my dad directly.
You must be Steve. I'm Rebecca's dad, David. Mr. David, I'm really sorry about what happened with Rebecca. I'm sorry I misunderstood and called you poor, and I'm sorry I cheated on her. Please forgive me and not terminate the business. Rebecca is right to be angry, but you don't have to take the anger into anything, especially to business matters. I understand that your daughter is important, but you don't have to go that far. Rebecca is right. You don't understand anything. Excuse me. I'm the one who is the most angry at you for making fun of that house. My wife was against me keeping it, but I selfishly kept it because it's a family memory. Of course, I'm upset that my precious daughter is being mocked, but more than that, I'm upset that you made fun of our family's precious memories. Neither I nor my daughter will ever forgive you. We will never do business with your company again. Sir, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'll change my mind and do my best from now on.
He's so angry that he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. No matter how much you apologize, it's useless. So please don't contact me anymore. I'll block you. Good luck.
Give me a break. I'm sorry. Hey.
Steve's company was officially made to terminate its contract with Tube Company, and it seemed that the company were in the red and went bankrupt. When it turned out that the bankruptcy was Steve's fault, his parents and relatives broke off the relationship with him, and no one helped him. Also, he was dumped by his girlfriend because of the bankruptcy. Currently, he is living in a shabby apartment, and he is managing to make ends meet while working part-time for a meager salary. He seems to be experiencing himself the life of poverty that he used to make fun of.
This is Brad's mother. Can I get a reply? Oh, is it Amanda? Hi, this is Sarah. Let me ask you something. You're dating Brad, right? Yes, I am. I'm sorry it took a while to let you know, but Brad and I have been dating for 5 years. For 5 years? You've been fooling around with Brad for that long? That's unbelievable. I wasn't fooling around with Brad for 5 years. I've been dating Brad because we love each other. What? How could you say you love each other? What? You're just after our money, aren't you? You're so obvious about what you really want. Excuse me? We've already found out that you're from a paternal family. You didn't grow up in a wealthy family. That's why you're after our wealth, isn't it? What do you mean? My husband and son both work for prestigious companies. My husband is the most prestigious of the prestigious. He even made it to managing director. I'm sure Brad will follow his footsteps. I don't understand what you're saying. It means we'll never have any money problems. For you, a father and daughter who have been living in poverty, what could make you happy? You could be a housewife without worrying about money. Well, with all due respect, I might not have a mother, but we're not poor. My father has worked hard and diligently. We have nothing to worry about. Please don't talk about my family like that. You're such a brazen woman. Just because you don't want to give up Brad. Anyway, you should break up with him. I'm not going to let it fly if you waste our money. I won't let that happen. I love Brad with all my heart. I have no intention of breaking up with him. Listen to yourself. You and Brad are not meant for each other. I'll find the right woman for him, and that's definitely not you. I think it's up to him to decide who he wants to be with. What is that supposed to mean? Are you saying that he chose you because he wanted to? He says he loves me too. He said he's thinking of getting married with me. Oh my gosh, how could you say such nonsense? I'm not lying. Then you tricked him into marrying you. I did no such thing. There is no way Brad would have chosen you, a woman who grew up in a paternal home. Anyway, I want you to break up with him immediately. I'm sorry, but I can't do that no matter what you say. Huh? Brad and I love each other. We're talking about getting married, so I have no intention of leaving him. What? What a brazen and stubborn woman you are. I will never approve you for getting married with my son, you know? Then I will do my best to get your approval. No matter how hard you try, no amount of effort will erase the fact that you're a poor woman from a motherless family. I suppose that's why you grew up to be a brazen woman. Please, don't speak ill of my father. I grew up watching my father as he worked all his life. I respect my father. I can see from your brazenness that your father's parenting was a failure. I cannot accept such a woman as Brad's wife. If I ever see you with Brad again, that's when you'll be sorry. Oh my goodness.
Many things happened in the last 10 years, but we can finally make our dream come true.
That's right. We've been together for 10 years already. We're already like a married couple.
That's right. But we're going to be a real married couple now. I can't wait to have kids and have our family.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited to be with you.
I'm very excited to be with you too.
We both became a family without a mother in the past 10 years. But I'm sure both of our fathers would be happy.
I'm sure they will. My father is very grateful to you and your father. He really appreciates it. I want to express my appreciation as well.
Oh, no need to do that. I'm the one who's always grateful for your help. By the way, about Amanda, what are you going to do about the wedding?
Oh, I don't keep in touch with her anymore since they got divorced 5 years ago. So I'm not planning to tell her anything. Of course, I'm not going to invite her to the wedding either. Dad thinks so too.
I see.
Isn't it obvious after what she said to you?
I know. I didn't know what to do when she came to the office shouting at me. You should break up with my son. There's an insane woman in this company or something like that.
That would be a disaster.
Well, it's a funny story now.
I have nothing to do with her anymore, so I'll never get involved with her again.
I see, I understand. Well then, let's get ready for the wedding of our dreams.
Right. Tell your aunt I said hi, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I told you to break up with Brad. And why are you having a wedding? I'll never forgive you.
Amanda, was it you who grabbed my arm and dragged me out of the ceremony hall? You hurt my leg.
That's good to hear. What were you thinking, not telling me about the wedding?
That's Brad and his father's decision.
What? What do you mean? I'm Brad's mother.
Yes, but he said he broke off the relationship with you.
Broke off the relationship? Well, poor guy. He must have felt that way. There's no way I would break up myself from my adorable son.
No.
And you? I saw it with my own eyes.
So what?
You and my ex-husband were walking happily alone together, weren't you? Both of you in suits, in the middle of the day. I won't allow you to marry Brad, who cheats on him with my ex-husband.
That's
very brave of you to have an affair on the job. You're such a prude. I can't let Brad marry a woman like you. Give me back my husband and son.
You were divorced from your ex-husband. He's not your husband anymore.
You have no right to tell me that. Sleeping with the father of the son you promised to marry? I don't want to be talked down by such a despicable woman.
Wait a minute. I'm not a despicable woman. I'm not having an affair.
Are you still trying to lie to me? How brazen can you be? That's what I'm talking about, a woman who came from a paternal family.
What's so bad about coming from a paternal family?
Because you grew up poor as a motherless child, didn't you? That's why you grew up to be such a lowly woman.
Please, stop making fun of my father. He's the person I respect most in this world. Ever since my mother died of illness, I can't tell you how hard my father worked. An arrogant person like you would never understand my father.
Whatever. Anyway, no matter what you say, I won't approve of your marriage to Brad. I won't let you marry someone who has an affair with my ex-husband and cheats on Brad.
Amanda.
Oh, yes. I forgot to tell you. The waiting room was unlocked, so I left your dress in tatters.
Huh? What a thing to do, Amanda.
Well, I guess you'll have to cancel today's wedding, huh? And you and Brad are going to break up. Now the despicable woman's plans are all ruined.
Amanda.
That's how it's going to be. Well then, Have a nice day.
Brad, where are you?
Sarah, what's up? I'm almost at the wedding, but I got a weird text from my mom. I just pulled into a parking lot at a nearby supermarket.
Amanda was just at the wedding venue.
What? Seriously? On the text, she was asking why we didn't let her know about the wedding.
How did she know about our wedding?
She just happened to meet a friend of mine from high school, and they talked about it. I never told my friend that my parents were divorced.
I see.
She also said, I don't approve of your marriage to Sarah. Call it off.
Oh, wow. As I was about to enter the entrance, she came out of nowhere and grabbed my arm from behind and dragged me out of there.
What? Are you okay?
I scraped my leg and there was blood everywhere. My aunt is treating the wound right now. She said she can use a concealer to take care of it by the time of the ceremony.
Does it hurt?
A little, so I'm trying to cool it down. But I'm sure it'll get better. But the worst part is, Amanda messed up my dress.
What do you mean?
She wrote terrible graffiti with black marker on my wedding dress.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my, what are we going to do?
My aunt is doing everything she can to help me right now. She said she'd take care of it, so I think I can handle it.
Okay, anyway, I'll hurry up and head to the ceremony. I'll be there soon, so just hang in there.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Hey, Sarah. How are you feeling now that your wedding has been ruined? Well, I guess you deserved it. Don't ever think of marrying Brad.
The wedding and reception went without a problem. Brad and I are now husband and wife.
What? What do you mean? I made it impossible for you to wear the dress. Besides, your feet were covered in blood.
My aunt is a wedding planner at that wedding hall.
What?
That's why we chose this venue. Thanks to her quick response, she was able to get another dress. Of course, it wasn't the dress I originally wanted to wear. But thanks to the efforts of all the staff, we had a beautiful wedding. I was very touched.
And that bloody leg?
My aunt took care of that too. She immediately cooled it down, and once the bleeding stopped, she used concealer to make my legs look beautiful. I can't thank her enough for everything she did for me.
Wait a minute. You are my ex-husband's lover. You can't be allowed to marry Brad. You have to break up this marriage for that reason.
Your ex-husband works for me.
Huh? What did you say?
5 years ago, right after you two got divorced, his company went bankrupt.
What? I didn't know about that.
Well, it happened after the divorce. He said there was no need to let you know.
That's a lie. He's risen to the position of managing director. It's true, Mom. Brad, why are you with Sarah? I married Sarah. We're supposed to be together. What do you mean your father's company went bankrupt? It's because of the recession. The recession hit and the business went south. Oh no. But what do you mean he works for Sarah? That woman is really brazen. You're the one being brazen, aren't you? Listen to yourself. After my father lost his job, it was Sarah who hired him. Why her? She hired him to work for her because she was in the same line of work. I'm sure he'd be a great asset to the company. Huh? A layman like Sarah shouldn't have that kind of authority, does she? She's the one who talked to her father. What do you mean? The president of her company is her father. What? That's the first I've heard of that. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? I tried to explain to you many times, but you wouldn't listen to me, calling her a daughter of a poor father. Oh, Thanks to Sarah and her father, he is now able to work. He owes Sarah and her father a lot. Oh, that's why she had the affair. Huh? I saw it. Sarah and your father were walking in broad daylight. They were having an affair because they work at the same company. What are you talking nonsense? Dad was making the rounds with Sarah. They were going around to their clients' companies, greeting them and introducing him as a new employee. What's with the affair? Are you out of your mind? Huh? Greeting? That's right. Now, Dad is assigned to the section where Sarah works, so Dad's boss is Sarah. Huh? Sarah is his boss? How can someone who made it all the way to executive director be subordinate to a woman like that? That's impossible. You are definitely out of your mind. If it wasn't for Sarah, Dad wouldn't have gotten the job, okay? Do you think he can lose his job at his age and expect to find one soon? Dad was so grateful to Sarah and her father. No way. Besides, you and Dad are divorced. You have nothing to do with us. And you tried to ruin our wedding. I'll never forgive you. Wait a minute. I didn't know anything about this, and I want to get back together with your father again. I'm sure your father feels the same way. Of course not. Dad's not happy about what you did at the wedding either. He said he can't forgive you for being so heartless. He said that? He said if you come any closer to us, he'll take legal action. I don't consider you as my mother either. We're done. Done? I'm the real mother who gave birth to you. Why do you say such horrible things? What kind of mother are you? A mother wants her son to be happy, and you're trying to destroy that happiness. I don't consider you a mother. Don't ever contact me again. Don't you even think about it. If you ever come near Sarah, I won't hesitate to call the police. Bye. Hey, Brad, wait a minute. If you abandon me, I'll be all alone.
Amanda, that's how it is. His father works for the same company as me. I'm relying on him as my senior in the same industry, although in a matter of speaking, he is my subordinate.
The idea that my husband is your subordinate gives me goosebumps.
I know, but he is a very talented man. I'm sure he will be an executive in the near future. Well, that's for my father to decide.
I never knew your father was a company president. How could you keep it from me?
I tried to tell you many times, but you were the one who broke off the conversation every time, remember? I told you that I always respected my father, didn't I? That's because I've watched him work hard as the president of a company. So when I graduated from college, I didn't hesitate to go to work for my father's company.
I don't know anything about that.
I had been watching my father since I was a little girl. After joining the company, I have steadily risen through the ranks and am now a section manager. I'm going to be promoted to department manager in the near future.
Manager? At such a young age?
I don't think age has anything to do with it. I'm very grateful for the help I'll be getting from your ex-husband.
Are you rubbing my husband the wrong way?
No, I'm just asking his advice. When we were out and about, we had time to talk privately. He mentioned about you too.
What did he say? Did he say he wants to get back with me?
I heard that you had a habit of spending a lot of money.
What?
You never worked after marriage. You spent all the money on fashion, food, vacations. He said that no matter how hard he worked, his life never got better.
I don't think so.
When his suit was torn, he couldn't get a new one. Even when his shoes were worn out, he had to wear them until they were worn out. He was embarrassed every day when he went to work.
Oh no, was that so?
Almost every day he had to buy prepared food from the supermarket. He said it was very inconvenient for Brad, who was growing up. You even went on an overseas trip with your lover.
I can't believe he said that much.
At that time, his company was in financial trouble and he was having a hard time. Finally, he ran out of patience and decided to divorce you. He talked to Brad about it, and he told him to do that. I had never heard of this story until he told me.
Even Brad?
I don't think he wants to get back with you no matter what. Perhaps you were dumped by your unfaithful partner? Or you are in financial trouble because you have spent too much money. You may have thought about getting back together with him, but that is not possible.
No.
He also said, I never want to see your face again.
That's not good. I have no money to live on. I have no one to help me.
Oh, you got that right.
Sarah, you're my ex-husband's boss, aren't you? Then order him to get back together with me, please.
Huh? I'm his boss only because of my title at work. In my private life, I'm his daughter-in-law. I can't give him an order like that.
Then convince him to get back together with me. In exchange for allowing you to marry Brad, you should at least do that.
I will refuse to do that. I'm a stranger to you because Brad and I both broke off the relationship with you. There's no way you would do such a thing.
Don't say that. If I get back together with that man, we will be mother and daughter, won't we? It's your duty as a wife to help your mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law? You? Don't be silly. Me, Brad, and his father, we are people who have nothing to do with you. I don't care how you live from now on.
Oh no, I'm really in trouble. At least, lend me some money?
I refuse. Anyway, please do not contact me at all in the future. How can I help you if you do such a terrible thing to me on my wedding day? You are too insane.
Don't say that. I apologize for everything I've done. Please.
If you ever contact me or come to see me in the future, I will take an appropriate action. My company has a competent lawyer.
Lawyer?
Yes, and we will also charge you a fee for the wedding, so please be aware of that.
What fee?
You ruined the dress I was supposed to wear, and because of that, my staff had to do more work than planned. I was so sorry. I told them that they should charge the maximum fee from you.
Oh no, I told you I have no money.
That's not my problem. Then I'm going to block all your contacts. Brad told me to tell you that. Don't ever get involved with us again.
Sarah!
Have a nice day. After Amanda got divorced, she was so happy with her share of the property. So then, she was living a life of spending money with her unfaithful partner. And when she finally ran out of money, the partner dumped her and left her penniless. And that's when she came up with the idea of getting back together with her ex-husband. How convenient for her to be with a family after putting them through so much trouble. I was deeply disgusted by her attitude of trying to carry out her own ego by taking away other people's happiness. After that, she found a factory where she could live and work in order to pay the alimony in installments. It would be impossible for her to earn enough money to play around. I want her to spend the rest of her life alone and sober. Under the guidance of my father, who is the president of the company, and with the help of my father-in-law, I am continuing to do well at work. In my private life, I've decided to move in with my father-in-law, and Brad and I are living happily together.
Brittany, where are you now?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Did you forget something?
It's not like that. Wherever it is, it doesn't matter. Just tell me where you are.
What are you mad about, calling me out of the blue? You don't need to ask me where I am because you already know.
Where do you think I am now?
What? What kind of quiz is this? You're on a business trip, right? And you're coming back next month. I know everything about you, Kevin.
You're wrong. I was supposed to be back next month, but I'm back now. So where the heck are you? Don't waste my time. Answer me quickly.
Why are you mad at me? And since you said that you're back, what happened to your job? Anyway, I'm home as usual.
Don't you dare lie to me. You can't be home right now.
Kevin, are you okay? I'm home.
I don't trust you. I saw it with my own eyes.
Saw what, Kevin? You were on a business trip and I was spending most of my time at home.
Don't make me tell you what I saw. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about because I was at home the whole time.
You're going to keep lying to me. What an actress. You're just going on your own because I was on a business trip.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you mad because I invited my female friend to the house? Sorry I didn't tell you about that, but she's a friend I've invited before when you were around.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. How long are you going to continue lying to me?
I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you never do anything like that. I didn't know you were that kind of person. I saw something I didn't want to see.
What do you mean? Are you suspecting me of cheating on you?
Yes, you did cheat on me. Now you finally admit it. I've been feeling that you were a bit suspicious lately.
You were on a business trip, Kevin. How were you able to have that kind of feeling? It's not like we've been in touch that much recently.
That's what makes me suspicious. You haven't contacted me and I was wondering what you were doing. Not contacting me is a sign that you're no longer in love with me. It's because you're not interested in me anymore, right?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Are you saying that I'm hiding something from you just because I didn't contact you? You know I'm not the type to contact you often, don't you? I'm not good at doing routine things like this. Listen, why don't we just talk to each other face to face?
Enough with the excuses. Get out from where you are. Wait for me. I'll tell you when I get home.
Did you understand what I just told you? I'm at home. There's no way I can leave. If you want to talk, you should come home. Oh gosh, this is really troublesome. I'll send you a picture of me at home to prove that I'm not lying to you.
What? What kind of quiz is this? You're on a business trip, right?
I don't know what you saw, but I didn't do anything to make you suspect that I'm cheating on you. It's the busy season, so I can't even go shopping. I'm working from home all the time. Do you want me to show you my work emails for proof?
Seriously? Are you really home?
Don't make me say it again. If you're coming home after your business trip, please tell me as soon as possible. I have to go shop for the groceries for dinner. What do you want to have for dinner? I'm going to finish my work and go shopping.
Oh, no thanks. You don't have to worry about that. Leftovers are fine.
Okay then, thanks for understanding. I'll make something with what we have at home. How soon can you get home? I have to check the fridge.
About 40 minutes. Hey, you're really home, right?
Oh my god, you're so persistent. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm home? Well then, come home soon so I can cook dinner.
You lied to me, didn't you? I knew you were a liar. I trusted you.
Wait, what? What is it this time? Don't get angry all of a sudden. Of course I didn't lie to you.
I have every right to be angry. I trusted you, but you cheated on me after all. And to do it on the day I returned home from a business trip, that's pretty bold of you. I can't believe I married a woman like that. I trusted you with all my heart.
That's ridiculous. Why am I supposed to be cheating on you? Did you have a dream about me cheating?
I have the proof here. Look at the pictures. That's you in this picture, right? You can't get away with this.
Well, that's me. I look pretty in the picture, don't you think so? It was during the meeting at work. Of course I remember that. Why do you have that picture with you?
That's not the point. Don't lie to me. Look at you and the guy. You two are smiling to each other. Don't tell me you have that kind of relationship with him.
Let me tell you something. He's my colleague, so that's why I was smiling to him. I think everyone is supposed to be friendly with each other at workplace. Do you expect me to keep a blank expression on my face at work? That's impossible, no matter how you think about it. It's just not nice to do that. We were just having a business meeting on that day. Besides, you know what my work is, don't you?
But this picture looks suspicious. Look at the distance between you and the guy. Your eyes look so flirtatious too.
That's not true. You're just overreacting. If you still don't trust me, I'll give you the contact information of my colleague. Why don't you check it out with him? I have the minutes of the meeting and other things to prove it. I'm innocent. By the way, who took this picture? Did you hire a detective?
What? I can't tell you that. If I told you, you'll hide the fact from me, right?
Don't be ridiculous. I'll go to the police if you do something like stalking.
I'm sorry, don't do that.
Besides, you know who I had a meeting with at this time, don't you? He has been to our house many times for business. You also knew him. Don't you remember saying hello to him? You exchanged business cards saying that he wanted to interview you about your company.
Oh, his name is Gregory, right? He was such a nice guy.
Glad to hear that you remember him. Gregory knows that you're on a business trip. He was very careful not to cause any misunderstandings, so we had our meeting at the cafe. You don't have any pictures of us other than the meeting at the cafe, do you?
Actually, yes.
You should tell the person who took the picture not to waste energy on something so useless and misleading.
Okay, I'll tell the person.
I'm counting on you. I don't want you to misunderstand me. Anyway, how long is your business trip going to last?
It's supposed to end next week.
Understood. Good luck with that. I'll clean up the mess while I work.
Thanks, that's very nice of you.
Well, good luck at your work this week. I'll be waiting for you.
See you then. Hey, you said you weren't cheating on me, right?
For heaven's sake, why are you doubting me again? You're pissing me off.
Just tell me what's going on. Don't be upset. Just answer me. Are you sure you're not having an affair? Be honest with me.
I'm not lying. I've never lied to you, not even once. Why are you suspecting me for cheating on you?
Come on, be honest with me. I'm getting tired of this back and forth. You're cheating on me, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm tired of you doubting me. I'm tired of you getting upset when you suddenly suspect me of cheating on you when I haven't done anything wrong.
You should think about how I feel. I happened to come back from a business trip while you were out, and when I entered my room, men's underwear that's not mine was on the floor.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that.
I can't do it anymore. Let's get a divorce. I can't believe you had an affair in our house. I can't trust you anymore. I want you out of my house right now.
Wait a minute. You've been acting weird ever since your business trip. You've been so persistent that I've been cheating on you. How can you be so sure that I'm having an affair? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I have proof here. These pants are proof. You think I'm stupid and I won't notice, so you didn't hide those properly, right? I was right to postpone my business trip. I found the proof of your affair, didn't I?
Oh, you're back from your business trip again? Don't come back so often and you should do your job properly.
It was worth it for me to come check on you secretly. Your behavior is too suspicious. I knew that there was something going on.
I'm so tired of this. I'm really fed up.
Well, that's my line. I'm on a business trip and the underwear of the guy you're having an affair with just popped inside my mind. Do you have any idea how sad I am? My wife, whom I trusted, did such things.
I'm sad too since you suddenly suspected me of cheating on you. I really don't get it. Besides, aren't those underwear yours? If not, it's quite scary since it means that someone has sneaked into her house and put it in your room.
They're not mine. I don't wear those lame underwears. Don't lie to me, Brittany. I'm suing you. You better keep that in mind. What are you doing? Did you call the police?
Oh, the police called you too. I told them that they don't have to call you. Well, it seems that because you're my husband, they have decided to call you.
Why did you call the police? Were you involved in some kind of incident?
An incident? Well, I think it's an attempted incident. It was about the other day we had a fight with each other. You had a pair of pants on the floor that you didn't know were there.
Oh, you've called the police for something as trivial as that?
Of course, I have underwears in my house that neither you and I know about. That means someone is trespassing and could be in and out of the house, right? Of course, I must report that. We have to prevent it before it turns into an accident.
You're in too much of a hurry to report it immediately.
I mean, you're the one who should report it. Aren't you worried about me? I'm home alone most of the time. It's fine if you come home from a business trip and do a spot check. You should be more worried about me. I keep telling you that I'm not having an affair, so wouldn't you normally think that it might be someone trespassing?
That's such a big deal. When I found a pair of men's underwear I don't know about, I think that you might be cheating on me. It could be that you're just lying to me. You're too suspicious to trust.
What's wrong with you? No matter how much I say I'm not cheating on you, you keep doubting me. I'm really tired of it.
That's my line. I'm the one who's tired.
Speaking of which, I'm going to submit these underwear to the police.
What? That's not necessary.
It's a possible trespassing case. It would help them identify the culprit. Besides, I'm having the house checked. I'd be worried if I didn't have them look in every nook and cranny. You know, there's that thing on TV. You know the ones where people actually live in the attic?
Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not like that.
It's not impossible. That's why I'm having the police to check everything out. What are you going to do if something happens to me?
If they find out anything, they'll call me, right?
Well, of course they will. I want them to catch the culprit.
Oh yeah, the culprit. Well, let me know when you receive some updates from the police.
What? You're curious about that? Even though you think that it's the pants of the guy you think I'm having an affair with?
No, well, I'm kind of curious because I'm a kind-hearted and loving husband. Well, but don't make a big deal out of it. Don't call my family or anything, especially my mom.
Why shouldn't I let your mom know about this?
Oh no, she'll be worried if she hears that. I don't want her to collapse from a heart attack.
I see, you're very considerate of your parents. Well, maybe I'll let you know.
Just let me know, okay? Hey, what happened to that thing? The police report. You didn't hear anything in particular. Oh, okay then. I knew it was the pants of the guy you were having an affair with.
I'm tired of hearing that. How long are you going to play dumb with me? How long do you want me to be at fault?
What are you talking about? I'm not playing games. I'm always serious.
Well, okay, let's talk later. I have something I really want to talk to you about, too. By the way, you took the liberty of going into debt again, didn't you?
What do you mean by that?
Did you think I didn't know about that? Don't underestimate me. I know all about it. How many times are you really going to borrow money? Don't tell me you've forgotten. I paid your last debt for you, didn't I?
Thank you for your help at that time. But how did you find out about the debt?
Because I received several demand letters from the credit card companies.
No kidding.
I didn't know that you were disposing them, so I won't find out. They arrived while you were on a business trip.
Ugh, that's terrible. You took the liberty of looking at someone's mail. Just because we're a married couple, you can't just do anything you want. What you did was an invasion of privacy.
No, it's not. I just happened to find it inside the trash can.
Inside the trash can?
Yes, I was cleaning up and accidentally scattered them. That's when I found out. I recognized it because it was the same one I had received. If you're going to hide something, hide it better. Throwing it away without even tearing it open is really stupid. You thought you could just throw it in the trash can and get rid of it, didn't you? You really are an idiot. You're not using your brain. Anyway, you don't have a credit card, do you? I wonder if you've made a new credit card without telling me. Didn't I tell you before that if you borrow money again, I'll divorce you? You broke your promise.
No, I didn't. It's a misunderstanding. It's some kind of scam that happens these days. I was scammed, I think so.
What? Earlier you were asking me about how I found out about your debt. Don't try to fool me, Kevin.
It was sudden, so I just said it without even thinking about it. You know, sometimes you get caught off guard and talk nonsense.
Then what's with all the credit card notices? They're notices about late payments, all of them in your name.
But that's not my debt. My friend asked me to make a new credit card for him, but I can't seem to get the money back from him. I'm in real trouble.
What? Earlier, you were asking me about how I found out about your debt. Don't try to fool me, Kevin. So your friend is going to pay this bill?
Yeah, he will. I'm telling him to hurry up. I'm going to urge him today again. He's a troublemaker. I'm sorry I made a credit card without telling you.
I have other things to say. I'll talk to you later.
Is there something more? I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Oh, your friend told you about that. Your friend told me that I need to do something with you. I can't believe you're trying to get alimony by faking that I cheated on you in order to get out of your own debt. You really are an idiot. I've never seen such an embarrassing person ever in my life.
No, it's not that. There's a reason.
Your friend said that you were talking about getting alimony excitedly. You may not know this, but your friend contacted me because he was worried about me. The last time you borrowed money and this time when you faked my affair. I wonder why you couldn't come up with a much better idea. Looks like your friend doesn't you. Well, money talks. Poor Kevin, you got what you deserved.
It's a misunderstanding.
I don't care if it's a misunderstanding or not. It's stupefying. Well, it's a very typical idea of you. By the way, I've already prepared the divorce papers.
No, please don't do that.
You didn't want the divorce, but you were trying to get alimony from me? How pathetic. Well, I knew that you won't sign the divorce papers easily. That's why I've told your father about everything.
Really?
Your father is going to be very angry. I think you should be prepared for that. I told him that you don't trust me even though I didn't cheat on you. You keep doubting me and now you have got into debt again and you're saying that you want a divorce.
Are we really getting a divorce? Is this some kind of joke? Are you punishing me?
It's obvious, isn't it? I'm seriously divorcing you. You've got into debt and you also have attempted to make a false accuse on me. It's over. Enough is enough, Kevin.
I don't want you to divorce me. Please forgive me, Brittany.
Good for you. Now you won't get scolded by me if you get into debt again. You're free to do whatever you want. Your father said he'll make you pay the debt. Looks like he doesn't want to help you. He apologized for the trouble you have caused.
You were not supposed to tell my father about this.
I was really scared when I found the underwear that wasn't yours. You were on a business trip and I was all alone. What if something had happened? Well, I'm relieved to hear that it was yours.
I'm sorry.
Apology won't help. It's too late. I don't want to see your face ever again. I'm suing you for alimony.
You're not really going to divorce me, are you? I need you, Brittany. You're just joking, right? I can't pay both the debt and alimony. I won't do it again, I swear.
How many times have I told you the same thing? I've heard it so many times and I'm sick of hearing that from you. I'm not your ATM, Kevin. I'm sending your stuff home for now. Your father is not going to let you in, so good luck with the rest.
What?
I'm the head of the house now, so you need to get the hell out of here at your earliest convenience. Don't you dare coming back to this house. Kevin seemed to have come back in a hurry from his business trip and sent me many apologetic messages, but I ignored all of them because I had no intention of getting back together with him. In the end, he went back to his parents' house, but his father wouldn't let him in and he was furious. The divorce papers were sent to Kevin's parents' house, and Kevin's father managed to get his son sign those divorce papers, even though Kevin wasn't willing to do that. Currently, Kevin is living a life of poverty in a shabby apartment while being haunted by the pressure to pay for the debts he has gotten into an alimony.
Vanessa, why are you not answering my calls? Suspicious. Too suspicious. What are you doing? I'm going to tell you something important now, so listen carefully. As a wife, your mother-in-law is your first priority. No matter what, I must come first. You don't understand unless I tell you every single time how to behave as a good wife, do you? I'm going to have to give you a good lesson on it then. Excuse me, Ursula. I'd answer if I could. I can't answer the phone while I'm driving. It's dangerous and it's also against the law. Stop making lame excuses, Vanessa. Why don't you just hurry up and stop your car somewhere to pick up my call? I'm sorry for being so inconsiderate, but I just got home. Can I help you? You know what I want to discuss with you, but you're just pretending that you have no idea about it. It's beyond rude to leave suddenly without saying anything. I'm sorry about that. I saw what you did to Ricky. You were yelling out loud, hitting and shaking him hard. I panicked that I couldn't stand still. I thought Ricky was in danger, so I decided to protect my son. I couldn't help but to run away home when you went to the restroom. What are you talking about? Me? Dangerous? I'm the one who raised your husband, Joshua. You just called me a dangerous woman, didn't you? That's rude. You must apologize. I don't think so. It didn't seem to me like you cared about Ricky. Well, I'll be honest with you then. It's because he's not cute at all. What? What do you mean he's not cute? He's your grandson, isn't he? Grandson? According to the family register, yes. But what's not cute is not cute. He doesn't even look like Joshua. His face, his gestures, everything. There's no resemblance at all. I got goosebumps today. I was convinced that he's not Joshua's child. I'm sure about that. What are you talking about? You shouldn't say such a rude thing to me like that. Just because you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't mean that you can say whatever you want. Ricky is Joshua's son. You said the same thing when Ricky was a newborn, didn't you? What should I do to make you believe me? I thought he would look a little like Joshua when he grows up. But he looks just like you, Vanessa. So it's natural to think that Ricky isn't Joshua's son. Are you saying that I cheated on Joshua? I didn't cheat on him. Besides, Ricky was only born 5 months ago. It's true that many people say he looks like me, but a child's face changes rapidly, right? I think his eyes and nose look a lot like Joshua's, even the corners of his eyes when he smiles. No, I don't think so at all. I hope you don't underestimate me. You have an ulterior motive. Perhaps, for years to come, you will cheat and misrepresent your child with another man as Joshua's child and instill affection for him. And when it's finally revealed to you for some reason, you will say to him that you don't care about blood ties because he raised a child with you. I'm sure that you'll do such a thing in the near future. It's all a calculation, isn't it? What a horrible wife. Ursula, it seems that you've been watching too many dramas. How did you come up with that kind of crazy idea? Watching too many dramas? How dare you make fun of me? I won't accept the fact that Rick is Joshua's child. Never. I'll change my mind if you do a DNA test and prove it. I won't do that. See? When you refuse, it's like admitting you're having an affair. You maybe think that a DNA test is a simple thing to do, but it costs money. Are you going to pay for it? What? Are you asking me to pay for it? You really are an ignorant wife. I won't pay for that. Since you're the one who's hiding the fact that you were cheating, you have to pay for the DNA test. I'm telling you, don't you dare to put Joshua in trouble. I won't do it. It's a waste of time and money. I don't need any proof. Joshua knows he's the father of this child. I'm not going to let your delusions of me cheating with other guy get in the way of my son's future. There's nothing more foolish than to pay a lot of money just to prove your crazy delusions. That's why I won't do the test. No matter what you say, Ricky is mine and Joshua's child. That's the truth. I'm sorry it didn't turn out like your favorite sloppy daytime drama, Ursula. No, I won't be fooled. I'll never admit it. You have to take the DNA test, or I'll make Joshua divorce you. Oh, there you go again. Divorce on the second word. I'm tired of hearing that. Of course not. My son doesn't deserve someone like you. It's a shame for our family to be married to a woman like you who is so uneducated. I was against it. Unlike you, who graduated from a low-level junior college where you could get in if you wrote down the name of your hometown, Joshua has always been a brilliant young man. My beloved son graduated from a top-notch university. Then he got married to you over my objections. He's raising a child born from the result of your adultery as his own child. It's disgusting. Divorce is the only solution. I've told you many times, there's no adultery and there's no divorce. Please stop doubting me anymore. It's really annoying. Oh, you horrible woman. You are. Poor Joshua, totally deceived. A mother protects her children. I will help my son soon. You know what? You're not helping at all. You're just stirring things up. That's what you're trying to do. Anyway, don't bother us anymore with your weird fantasies. I don't have time to listen to your nonsense. Well, I'm busy, so I should be going now. Don't run away. Hey, we haven't finished our conversation yet, okay? Vanessa. You just ignored me again. How rude you are to your mother-in-law. You're a coward for not answering the phone. You think you can fight against me, huh? Ursula. Hey, Ursula. Please answer me. I have something important to tell you. You dare to ignore my call, and now you're rushing me to reply to you? You're a real bad wife, aren't you? It's just unbelievable. When I came home, my room was ransacked. I thought for a moment that it was a burglar. I was about to call the police, but I changed my mind. I was wondering if you were the one who did that. What a wife you are! Now you're treating me like a thief? It's perfectly normal to think there was a burglar, but now you're blaming me. You're the worst wife I've ever seen. I'll have to convince Joshua to divorce you as soon as possible. It's obviously unnatural for a burglar. If it were a burglar, the first thing they would do is ransack the place for money, right? They were neatly placed where they belonged. But on the contrary, only Ricky's belongings were found in a mess. Ricky's drawings were in the trash, his baby bottles were in the toilet, and his diapers were all around the living room, torn to shreds so that they were no longer usable. When I checked, I found that Ricky's bedding was soaked with honey. That's horrible. Someone must have a grudge against you. Oh, like the wife of the guy you're having an affair with. I told you I'm not having an affair. None of my stuff was taken. It's too obvious. The only person I can think of who would do something like this is you, Ursula. If you keep pretending that you don't know anything about it, I'll call the police. Don't be so snippy. What's the matter with you? You sound so angry. How pathetic. I'm just visiting you while you were out of town. You know how messy the room was? I was just trying to help you clean up. You should rather thank me for that. What? Clean up? You just bullied me, didn't you? That's enough. Putting a baby bottle in the toilet isn't tidying up, is it? Also, I can't use the baby bed anymore. Vanessa, who do you think you are that you can talk to me like that? You've shown your true personality. Young people these days don't know how to treat their mother-in-law. Of course I'd lose my temper like this. How can I have respect for a mean person like you after what you've done to me and Ricky? Oh my God, what a thing to say. You deserve that. You seduced my precious son Joshua with your unattractive body. You want my son to raise a child you made with a stranger. Also, you flatter yourself that you're Joshua's wife. This is just a light punishment for you. I told you, didn't I? Don't underestimate me. Next time, it won't be like this, so be prepared. I've had enough. I'll report all this to Joshua. Huh? Are you threatening me? Feel free to do what you want to do, idiot. Joshua should know that Ricky is not his son. He needs to know the bitter fact. I want my life with Joshua back as soon as possible. I miss the days when we used to live together. I'll do my best to get rid of Vanessa, the evil wife. Don't be silly, Vanessa. What have you done? Joshua took my duplicate key. What did you tell him? You must take a responsibility of what you have done. You told me to mind my own business, so you brought this on yourself. What did you say? Did you forget what you did? I can't live in peace if you break in and do whatever you want while I'm away. I've talked it over with Joshua. Please don't come to our house anymore, Ursula. What's the matter with you? It's been a long time since the last time I was scolded by my husband. You're not only flirting with Joshua, but also my husband. I thought you'll apologize to me in such a gentle manner, but you have everyone on your side now, and your attitude just makes me more disgusted. But that doesn't mean you should stick divorce papers in the mailbox. It's annoying. I just did the right thing. It's because you didn't file the divorce papers. I prepared the divorce papers for you, so fill them out properly. Thank you for your effort, but I told you, didn't I? I'm not getting a divorce. I'm sorry to hear that. By the way, I found evidence of your affair. What proof? Are you making up stories again? I don't do that kind of thing. When you went into the hotel with the guy, I took a picture of it, so you can't get away with it anymore. Ursula, are you a stalker? Oh gosh. Oh dear, there's no point acting like you did nothing wrong. Justice always prevails. Well, I know that you were just trying to run away from the fact since I got the evidence. That was yesterday around 7, right? That's right. So you finally admit that? It was a guy named Alfred who works at the same company as you. It must have been a very inappropriate relationship for him to go out of his way to call you at a hotel while you were on maternity leave. You were all dressed up and flushed as you tried to seduce him. As it was, you quickly disappeared to your hotel room having fun together. I can't believe you had a secret meeting like that so openly. Why don't you use your brain a little more? I beg your pardon? Where were you hiding at that time? That's none of your business. You're filthy. I don't even want you to call my name. How could you go into a hotel with another man while having a husband named Joshua? What a terrible woman you are. I've got the pictures. Your excuses won't work. I don't know where you've been watching this. I'm impressed that you have such a vivid imagination. My boss at work is getting married to my colleague. I was the one who introduced my colleague to him, so he decided to invite me for dinner at a hotel to thank me for what I did. Of course, my colleague was there too. You can't talk to me like that. I'm sure I only saw you and that guy. It's just that my colleague was a little late arriving due to work. We were just waiting for her in the lobby while having tea. What an unsightly excuse! 3 good friends having dinner at a hotel. I wonder why you didn't choose a restaurant instead. My boss and my colleague were planning to have their wedding at that hotel, and they just wanted to check the details in advance. The Italian food at that hotel is famous, you know? It's a popular place to have a wedding reception there. Did you just make up that story in case someone found out about your affair? That story just sounds too good to be true. I filed a report with your boss today about the affair in the office. Now you'll finally feel sorry for yourself, won't you? What? Why did you do that? It's not good for the company's image to keep such an unscrupulous employee. I told him clearly. I even sent him the pictures by email. The person on the other end understood what I was talking about. They were very polite and said they were sorry for the inconvenience. You're out of control. To go to the trouble of calling my company with a totally made-up story like that. You're bothering everyone in the company. As I said, the 2 people who had dinner together with me are getting married, okay? Don't make my boss worry about it, please. I doubt if it's even true, but to be in a hotel with a man who is about to get married? It's sickening. I have sincerely and wholeheartedly disappointed in you. Well, no matter how nicely you make up your story, I'm sure the company will call to punish you. You'd better brace yourself for that. And I'm going to have you leave Joshua, so you must write down the divorce papers. Give me a break, Ursula. You don't understand at all. Silence. I have a lot of preparations to do, so excuse me. Preparations? What preparations? Don't tell me you're still planning something. Please stop doing more nasty things. Ursula, please pick up the phone. Where are you? Do you know where Ricky is? Shut up! I finally made up my mind. What do you mean? Where is he now? Ricky is nowhere to be found. Oh, you're awake already. Looks like the drug was not strong enough. You're quite tough, aren't you? Drug? I suddenly fell asleep because of that? Don't tell me it was your fault. What did you do to me? That's terrible. You'll have to pay the cab fare later. I was kind enough to drive you back to your parents' house. I also packed your daily necessities in your suitcase, didn't I? It was hard work. I can't believe I went to all this trouble for a woman who flirts with everyone. How sweet of me. Now that you mention it, I remember. You were pushing me into a cab, but I got really sleepy and woke up in front of my parents' house. I don't know what happened. Ricky, what happened to Ricky? Please give me back my son. Ursula, where is Ricky? Is he with you? I threw the kid away. I don't want him. Huh? I said that I threw him away. I got rid of him while you were snoring. Got rid of him? What do you mean? You didn't... It's okay. I'm not an ogre. I'm a human being, even if it's someone else's child. I didn't do anything wrong, don't worry. I didn't do anything terrible like dumping him in a mountain or a garbage dump. I wish it were true, but I'm such a kind woman after all. I see. I'm glad that Ricky's safe. I'll go and get him. By the way, how did you get into the house? I asked you to return the duplicate key, didn't I? Don't underestimate me. You wanna know? I made a few spares with the duplicate keys you gave me. That's known that you're a mean woman, Vanessa. I knew you'd eventually ask me to return the duplicate keys. That's why I decided to sneak into your house, put sleeping pills in anything you were likely to eat or drink. I dropped you off at your parents' house just as you fell asleep. Oh, I was so busy at that time. All for the sake of my son, who's coming home from his business trip today. If he had to stay in the same house with his dirty wife and someone else's child any longer, Joshua would be ruined. From today on, it will be just me and him. The time has finally come. I can't wait any longer. So does that mean you're at our house now? Oh yes, officially it's Joshua's house, not your house. Now I'm gonna prepare dinner for Joshua. Do you realize what you're doing? Do you think you can get away with this just like that? This is not a story that will end in laughter. Not only did you bully me, what did you do to my son? You threw him away. Are you out of your mind? I can't believe you're this kind of person. You even made such a sinister and cowardly plan. It's my precious child that I gave birth to with all my might. What do you think you're doing? What if someone does the exact same thing to you? What if someone abducts Joshua from you and abandons him? What would you do, Ursula? Of course, I would never forgive that person. I won't let anyone to do such a thing to my precious Joshua. I'll make sure I catch the person and send him or her to hell where those poor unfortunate souls belong. That's what I was trying to tell you. If someone does nasty thing to your child, of course you wouldn't forgive that person, would you? Don't change the subject. Joshua is my precious son. Ricky is a child of a stranger, born of adultery. Damn it! How many times do I have to tell you? I told you that I didn't have any affair. Wait, Vanessa? Just like how you think that your son is precious, Ricky is my precious son. That's why I won't forgive you. But what about Joshua? It's over. This is the end. Your precious Joshua isn't taking your side anymore. Huh? What do you mean? What did you do to Joshua? How foolish of you, Ursula. Me and Joshua have a strong bond, you know? I called him and explained the situation. He was furious. I've never seen him that angry before. Joshua was furious? That boy never used to get angry at all in the past. Yes, you made your precious son angry. Looks like you failed, Ursula. I could put up with it if you were only bullying me, but not if you started to mess up with Ricky. Wait a minute. Instead of worrying about you, Joshua has decided to cut ties with you. Cut ties? Of course. You have done such a horrible thing to his own wife and son. But the evidence I found proved the affair, right? You're so persistent. I got a call from my boss who took the call. He was laughing. It was the person who answered the phone, the boss I had dinner with. He was worried that I'm being bullied by you. When I told him that no matter how much I told you, you still didn't believe me. My boss even suggested to explain to you along with my colleague. My colleague believes that me and my boss would never have an affair. It's so lame that you're bullying your daughter-in-law like this. You thought that the picture alone was enough to call me an adulterer. You're so paranoid. Everyone in the company laughed in amazement. They said that you're such a lame mother-in-law, Ursula. Stop making fun of me. Your company's employees are nothing but scum. I can't believe that you would go this far. Are you okay? Was that some sort of joke? What? It seems that you're not worried about anything at all. Do you understand your situation? Huh? You were so terrible that I was honestly at my wit's end. I couldn't help myself, so I asked your husband for advice. He said he would help me and gave me some money to use to help Ricky. He said he would collect it from you later. No way! I'm not gonna pay, not even a penny. Just worrying about your own money. How pathetic. But I don't think you need to worry about paying your cost of living. What do you mean by that? It still doesn't ring a bell? I'm tired of talking to you seriously. I'm sure they'll be there soon, so I'll leave the rest to the police. You called the police? You're overreacting. No, I'm not overreacting. What you did was a crime. Did you think I wouldn't do anything? Don't underestimate a mother who's protecting her child. But don't worry, it was your beloved Joshua who called the police. I called him as soon as I woke up. Joshua called the police immediately and without hesitation. Joshua called the police? No kidding. Thanks to his quick decision, while I was calling you, Ricky was found safe and sound. Too bad that it seems things didn't go as he wanted. Oh, yes, your husband contacted me too. He said he'll be divorcing you right away. I can't have that. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Why would it be like that? I don't want a divorce. Well, he said that it's just plain disgusting to have a wife who does such terrible things to his precious son and daughter-in-law. I still have the divorce papers that you shoved into the mailbox. There are many of them, so if you make a mistake, you still have some extra papers to write again. Well, even my kind and loving father-in-law was at his wit's end. He decided to divorce you right away. You were the one who'll be leaving, not me. I don't want to. I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. I'll do anything. Please, Vanessa, do something to convince my husband and Joshua. I can't reach either of them at all. Why? They don't answer my messages and calls. What am I supposed to do? I can't help you. I'm fed up with you, Ursula. So I'm gonna stop contacting you too. Goodbye. Vanessa, wait! I don't want to cut ties with my family. The police arrived at the house immediately, arrested my mother-in-law. Ursula got into the police vehicle with a drooping head. Ricky, who was abducted by Ursula, was found safely. It was the result of Joshua spreading the news on social media. An acquaintance contacted us in a panic to say he was keeping Ricky at home, and he was safely protected. Some of our friends came to see us after seeing social media, and we cried at their kindness. When Joshua is no longer angry, he told us that his mother had done something terrible. He apologized to me and told me that he should have realized it sooner. I also began to talk to Joshua more than ever about anything, and I feel like our bond as a couple has deepened. Ricky is growing up well, and it seems that he's happy since his father is spending more time with him. He calls out for his father loudly every day, and I think he has more smiles on his face. Since mother-in-law's attacks have finally stopped, me and my family are now living a happy life. Recently, Joshua and I have been talking about if we should give Ricky a brother or sister.
Hey, Nick. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
I just got a call from my mom. I think she's going to be hospitalized for a few days.
What? Why?
She said she keeps feeling dizzy, so the doctor decided to admit her just in case. She called an ambulance.
I see. I'm worried.
I'm thinking of taking a day off tomorrow to go check on her.
That's a good idea. It's a weekend from tomorrow, so you can stay there over the weekend. I'll take care of Emma.
Oh, are you sure?
Of course. You need to take care of your mother.
Thank you. Then I'll stay at her place this weekend. I'm glad to have such a wonderful husband.
It's the least I can do.
I'm a little worried about her dizziness, so I want to stay beside her in the hospital. I'm sure Emma will be bored if she comes with me, so if you can take care of her, that would be great.
I'd like to say you can stay with your mother as long as you want, but I have work too.
If I could stay with her for 3 days, it would be great. I'm sure my mom would be relieved too. I think I'll go back and forth between my parents' house and the hospital and get some things done at home.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. She isn't getting any younger. And besides, she's living all by herself. I'm sure she has a lot to worry about. You don't have to worry about Emma. Go take good care of her. You'll let me know about her medical condition right away, okay?
Of course.
Hey, Grace, answer me.
Sorry, Samantha. I can't take your call right now, so I'm texting you. What's wrong?
You're really something, you know.
What?
Leaving the kids outside when it's snowing so hard.
What? What are you talking about?
My sweet granddaughter has frostbite. I didn't think you were capable of doing such thing. I'll sue you and I'll raise her myself.
Wait a minute. Was Emma outside in this rough weather?
Yes. If I didn't happen to be there, her life would have been in danger. What the heck are you thinking?
What? Emma's supposed to be with Nick.
With Nick? Then why would Emma be outside in such a storm? Don't mess around with me.
It's true.
I was so surprised, so I called Nick. He said someone at work just passed away, so he's in the other state to attend the funeral.
What? He didn't say anything about that.
You took advantage of Nick's absence. You left your child outside. I didn't know you were that irresponsible.
Samantha, wait. I don't know what's going on either. My mind is completely blank. Why would Emma go outside in this heavy snow?
That's why I'm going to sue you. You must be one evil mother.
Samantha?
What?
Actually, my mother was rushed to the hospital by ambulance yesterday.
What?
So Nick said he would take care of Emma. He told me to stay with my mom for the weekend. So now I'm at my mother's hospital.
Oh, really? Nick said you were working, so I had no idea. So, is your mother okay?
Yes, she's on IV, and she seems to be stable now.
Oh, well, thank God. I'm sorry about what I said suing you. I didn't know what was going on.
No, But I can't believe that Nick would go to a funeral for one of his employees without telling me. That's impossible. And Emma was left outside all alone, right?
Yeah.
Although I'm glad that you happened to be there, if you hadn't, she might have lost her life. Just thinking about it makes me tremble.
Anyway, I'll take care of Emma until you come back. You take good care of your mother.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your help. Depending on my mother's situation, I may go home early.
If that happens, please call me again. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, and I'm not going to sue you for sure.
Nick, where are you?
Oh, I'm in the next state over. A colleague of mine at work just passed away. He was transferred to my office and working apart from his family. I was surprised to hear the news.
Even so, how could you leave Emma all by herself? It was snowing hard, you know.
What?
I got a call from Samantha.
What? Emma was outside alone in that heavy snow? No way.
She was so mad at me. She even said, I'm suing you and I'll raise her myself. What the heck is going on?
Wait a minute. How's Emma doing?
Samantha found her quickly, so she's fine. She's at her house right now. I tremble to think what would have happened if she'd stayed out there all alone. What the heck is going on?
I can't believe it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's my mom.
Huh?
The night you left to the hospital for your mother, I got a call that a colleague of mine at work had passed away. I wanted to go right away, but Emma was there. So I talked to my mom about it.
Oh, really?
Of course. I can't think of leaving Emma at home. That's why I asked my mom to take care of her.
I wanted you to talk to me before talking to your mother.
But I didn't want you to worry about it. I mean, you were probably preoccupied with your mother. And you said you didn't want me to tell my mom about your mother, right?
Yeah.
So, when you had to leave the house for a few days to take care of your mother, I asked my mother to take care of Emma.
I wouldn't have minded if you'd told me if it was such an emergency.
But you know, I thought it would put too much on you.
What do you mean?
Well, my mom didn't have a good impression of you. She keeps saying, how long is she going to keep working? She has a child, so she should stay home while Emma is little. I wonder if she's feeding her with nutritious food. She was complaining a lot of things about you.
Really?
She doesn't approve you as a wife or a mother.
I didn't. I really had no idea. Samantha was very kind to me when we were together. She told me that it's hard for a woman to work and raise a child. She told me I could always count on her.
That's what she might have been saying, but there are people who complain behind people's back, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure my mom is one of those people.
I can't believe it. I'm so shocked.
That's why I didn't say anything to you.
I see. I'm shocked, but thank you for telling me.
That's why I wanted to keep this to myself.
But something doesn't add up. Samantha has always been so supportive of me.
Maybe that's because we're the ones sending her money, right?
Oh, you mean she was supporting my work because she didn't want me to stop sending money?
I think so.
I'm getting more and more shocked.
But she loves Emma so much. Isn't it strange that Emma was left in her care and she was out all alone in the heavy snow?
Sure, but if it's just a way to tell me that I'm not qualified as a mother, I think I understand.
I'm sorry about my mother. I'm really sorry.
If that's the case, I'll tell my mother what happened, and I'll go home now. You can't come home today, right?
Well, even if I try to go home, it'll be after midnight.
I understand. Okay, I'll get ready now.
Is your mother all right?
She's stable now, and they say she'll get better. If anything happens, I'll be back with Emma. Right now, I'm just worried about her.
Sorry, I didn't know this was going to happen.
It's not your fault. You go support your colleague's family.
Okay, thank you. Take care then. Take care of Emma for me.
Samantha, thank you for taking care of Emma. I just came home from the hospital, and I'm going to pick her up right now.
Oh, are you okay? You didn't have to worry about Emma.
But I'm worried about leaving Emma with you.
Huh?
It would be a disaster if something happened to Emma.
Hey, what's with that tone?
Nick told me. You said you were supporting me, but actually you weren't. I heard you were complaining about me a lot, didn't you? Huh? I think there's a problem with you as well, don't you think? Nick left Emma with you and went to a funeral. Why did you come to her house? It doesn't add up, does it? I demand for an explanation. What? He didn't tell me anything. He didn't even ask me to keep her. I don't understand. Even if he didn't call you, it's strange that you would visit us in the middle of a snowstorm. People go out even in a snowstorm if they have to. Not everyone stays home. In fact, people are working. What then? Are you saying Nick is lying? That's the only thing I can think of. How could I take Emma out in the snow? What kind of a person would take Emma out alone in the middle of a snowstorm to go to a colleague's funeral? Even though he's my son, I don't understand. When he called you, he used the company phone. The company phone is automatically recorded. I'll get an audio recording. Samantha, please tell the truth. Depending on how it turns out, I'll sue you. Wait a minute. Did I talk to him on the phone? I don't remember at all. Huh? Grace, how's everything? Is Emma safe? Emma's fine. So, did Mom admit what she did? I just couldn't believe what you told me the other day. I just couldn't believe that generous Samantha would do such a terrible thing. Are you saying I'm lying? I wanted to believe you. You two are both so important to me. I didn't know which one to believe. Mom is lying to get what she wants. She tried to harm Emma to punish you, remember? I know. I had to think carefully about what to do. I decided to check with your company about your colleague's incident. What? And then, I was told that nobody has passed away in the company. Didn't you go to a funeral? That's... Where did you go without Emma? Huh? That's... Well, I'm staying at a hotel alone. Why? Ever since you went to the hospital, Emma's being selfish. She wanted to see you. She said she wanted to see her grandma too. She got out of hand and I got angry, so I took her outside to punish her. Then, I came back about 20 minutes later and she was gone. I was wondering what to do when I got a call from you, and you told me she was at my mom's place. I don't know. The timeline doesn't match. What? I thought it was your mother who called first. And you told her you were going to your colleague's funeral, right? Huh? Did I? I don't think that's possible. Why are you trying to lie? Because if I told the truth, you would get angry, right? Huh? She'd be mad if I told her I kicked Emma out in the middle of a big snowstorm. That's why I blamed Mom. You are such a horrible person. Actually, your mother is seeing this text right now. What? She's standing right next to me. Nick, what's going on here? I wouldn't kick Emma out in the snow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making you the bad guy because I couldn't handle her. How dare you? You're so good with other people's kids. What? After talking with Grace, I found out that you've been acting strange, so I hired a private detective right away to keep an eye on you. What? You were happily shopping with a child who is about Emma's age, holding hands. I've got a picture to prove it, see? Seriously? I hate to think, but Grace and I talked about it when we saw this. Emma was in your way, wasn't she? That can't be. How can that be? Emma is my daughter. She's my daughter. She can't be in the way. Emma is a smart girl. She knew exactly what was going on with you. What? She talked to me when we were alone. She said, you get mad when Grace is not around. She said you sometimes hit her too. Mom, that's what kids say, okay? You don't think she was telling the truth, do you? They're kids.
That's why they tell the truth. A child will tell you the truth about anything. I can't believe you. Don't you think your child is cute? You can't treat her according to your own moods or your convenience. You stay out of it, Mother. Emma is mine and Grace's child. It's none of your business. What do you mean it's none of my business? I'm talking about Emma, my granddaughter. Shut up.
I think what your mother said is true.
Even you say that, Grace?
Because there's no excuse for it. I even have pictures. I was very shocked to hear Emma's story. I never thought you had done such a terrible thing to her. What were you thinking, hitting your own child? And she told me you said, Daddy doesn't need you.
I never said that. I never said that.
Are you saying Emma is lying? You may have forgotten, but she remembers. I can't tell you how much it hurt me. She must be terrified when she was left outside alone in the heavy snow. I will never forgive you.
Wait, you don't believe me?
Did you forget that we have a camera watching over our house?
Huh?
Sometimes you let Emma stay home, right? You said we should install a camera in case something happens, even if it's only for a short time. It was your idea, remember?
Well...
That camera recorded everything. When Emma told me everything, I went back to the house to review the recordings. Then I found it.
What?
You told Emma Daddy doesn't need you.
That's a lie.
You can't lie to me now. There's a recording. You were kind to me and I thought you were the best dad for Emma. I always believed that. But actually, I was wrong. And it led to hurt Emma.
That's not true. Maybe I lost my head for a second and it just slipped out of my mouth.
No. I saw a picture of you walking, holding hands with a girl about Emma's age. We were in your way, weren't we? You thought we should just disappear, didn't you? That's why you left Emma outside all alone in that heavy snow, right?
Grace, what are you talking about? You better stop talking like that.
But then, against all expectations, your mother showed up there. Your plan went south, and you made your mother the bad guy. You made me want a divorce.
That's enough. You know...
Huh?
That's right.
Why didn't you tell me the truth? You could have said you wanted a divorce because you have a lover.
Because if I told you, you would ask for alimony and child support and all that stuff. That's why I wanted you to say you wanted a divorce.
That's a sweet idea.
Huh?
You shouldn't think you can just get away with this after hurting Emma so much. I'm going to charge you alimony and child support as much as I can.
What? I can't pay a lot of money.
I don't know about that. You're going to pay me the maximum amount I can charge you.
Oh no, there's no way I can pay that much.
Get real. It includes a betrayal fee for me, a liability fee for Emma, and a nuisance fee for your mother. You will pay for everything. You did that much, so consider it atonement for your sins.
If you divorce me, I still have to raise my kid. How am I supposed to live with that?
You betrayed and hurt all three of us. Don't you have the heart to say you're sorry?
Because it's my mother's fault, isn't it?
Excuse me?
If my mother hadn't found Emma, none of this would have happened.
I didn't think you were that jerk. You're insane. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. From now on, you'll have to talk to my lawyer.
Huh? You're not even going to talk to me?
You're driving me crazy, you know that? Please go ahead and talk to my lawyer. Then go live happily with the family of the person you cheated on me with. And then it seems like people in your company are talking about your vacation.
Huh?
I just got a call from a lady who answered the phone. They are talking about who you went to a funeral with.
What the heck?
I guess the only thing that got ahead was the story that you went to your coworker's funeral. So I told them that it seems you went to your lover's place. The woman who answered the phone seems to be a very gossipy person. Maybe there are new rumors by now.
Huh? Why would you do something so unnecessary?
She seemed to be worried about you, so I thought I'd report it to her.
You did something unnecessary. It's going to make my position at the company worse, you know?
Because it's true. It can't be helped. Well then, good luck.
Wait a minute, Grace. Grace.
After that, Nick was taken into police custody for abandonment of a parent or guardian. At the same time, rumors spread throughout the company about his affair and crimes against Emma. Eventually, even the president of the company found out about it. The president of the company fired him, saying that the company doesn't need an employee who couldn't take care of his children and family. The woman whom he had an affair with disappeared from his life before he knew it. He was used in a good way. However, I have filed a claim for alimony against her as well. It's only natural, since she destroyed my family. I don't know where he is living now. On the day of the heavy snow, Samantha was out of milk and went out to buy some. It was just a coincidence that she happened to pass by our house and save Emma. I still tremble when I think of what would have happened if Samantha had not passed by. I am truly grateful to her. Now we live close to each other, and Emma travels back and forth between our home and Samantha's house. I hope she will continue to warmly watch over Emma growing up.
Cassandra, I need you to bring me some clothes to change and some novels for me to read. When can you come next?
What? I just went to visit you the other day, didn't I? You should have asked for those at that time. I don't have time to visit you multiple times. Unlike you, I'm busy. I have to do housework and I have to go out with people at work too. And the hospital where you're hospitalized is in the next city, so it's far away. It's such a waste of time. Besides, I've been busy with your hospitalization procedures and such. So please let me take a rest. I'm exhausted, Thomas.
Come on. I broke my arm in a car accident, honey. Can you at least be a little considerate? You're my wife, so you should at least come to visit me once in a while.
I visited you. I brought you everything you needed the other day. It was really heavy and I had a hard time. Besides, you can borrow clothes to change from the hospital, right? Why do I have to bring you some clothes from home? You should just shut up and put on your hospital gown.
Well, you have a point there. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while, so I feel more comfortable when I wear clothes I usually wear.
Don't be so selfish. You're a grown-up, right? You can do what you can in the hospital by yourself. Don't be so naive as to expect me to come visit you every time. What are you going to do if I collapse from fatigue? In the first place, you are capable to do everything by yourself. It was always easy for you, wasn't it? Oh, and if you can't do something, ask the nurse to do it for you.
That was before I got hospitalized. I can't move my arms, so there are a lot of things I can't do. So why don't you at least support me while I'm in the hospital? If you think I'm lying, come visit me. I'll show you how hard it is.
Geez, okay then. I'm too busy to visit you, but I'll deliver your stuff to you by courier service. You won't have anything to complain now, will you? I'll make sure to deliver all of them. So will you inform me again about those stuff you need?
You know, you've changed a lot since a while ago. Seems that you don't love me anymore. You didn't come to see me right away when I was involved in a car accident, and you never tried to come to visit me yourself either. It's like you just had to do it because you were asked to. If you were the same person I know, you would have been a little more concerned about me. There's no way you would have said that you'll deliver my stuff by courier service.
That's not true. I'm worried about you. But I don't think that rushing to you right away after the accident or visiting you every day at the hospital will make you get better right away. It's the doctors who are going to fix you, not me.
Well, I know that I won't get better right away just because you come to see me. But if you were the same old you, I think you would have been more worried about me unconditionally. I've been feeling that you've become cold lately, but I feel it more now that I'm hospitalized. Why are you treating me coldly? If I did something wrong, please tell me. If you don't tell me, I won't know how to improve myself. I've been trying to give you as much freedom as possible so that you don't get stressed out.
Are you really bored in the hospital? Will you stop complaining like that? It's making me feel upset. Please find another way to spend your free time.
It's not like that, but it's true, isn't it? It's just that things have changed and you weren't the same person I know anymore. I feel lonely somehow.
Things like that change with time. We've been married for 3 years. Most married couple will change after spending several years together. It's normal. We're not the lovey-dovey high school lovers anymore, so give me a break.
Of course, it may be normal for a married couple to change their attitudes, but don't you want to be a married couple who continues to love each other?
Yeah, whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm going on a trip next week, so I won't be able to reply as often as I'm supposed to. That's why please don't disturb me with your nonsense blabbering.
A trip? For heaven's sake, I'm hospitalized, Cassandra. I didn't know that you're going on a trip.
Well, that's because I just told you.
Well, it's perfectly fine to go on a trip, but please think about the timing.
You're really annoying. My timing is perfect. You just have a broken arm, right? Things won't change with or without me. You're just overreacting. It's just a little pain on the arm.
I can't leave the hospital anyway. We are a married couple, so at least tell me who you're traveling with and where.
You're such a pain in the ass. Do I have to tell you everything? Hawaii! I'm going with my coworkers, that's all. Satisfied now?
Colleagues? Do you have any colleagues at work that you get along well with? In addition, you're going to Hawaii? Wait a sec. Are you telling me that you're going with a guy?
How rude of you. Of course I'm not going with a guy. I have someone whom I get along well with at work. Anyway, I'm going to Hawaii with that person. Can we end our conversation here? I have some errands to run.
Robin, long time no see.
Hey Thomas, long time no see. I heard that you're in the hospital now. What happened?
I was involved in a car accident. Nothing serious, but I'm crippled for a while. By the way, Robin, you're in the same department as Cassandra, right?
Oh, your wife? That's right.
Cassandra said that she's going to Hawaii with her colleagues. She didn't clearly say who she was going with. The atmosphere was different from usual, so I thought I'd see if I could figure it out. A love affair trip to Hawaii? Oh, come on, stop joking, dude. But if she's really going, I have a feeling that she will probably go with James. You know James, don't you? We were together in the previous department, remember? James? No way. Have you heard something fishy about my wife and James? Well, it's been rumored that Cassandra and James get along really well, and they're both taking a vacation leave next week. Somehow, I feel even more uncomfortable after hearing your story. I see. Thanks for letting me know. No problem. I think you should take a rest and stop thinking about unnecessary things since you're still in the hospital. Good day, Thomas. Good day to you too, James. You look tired than usual. Are you busy with work? I spend most of my time sleeping nowadays. How's your broken arm, Thomas? Well, I don't think it's a big deal. It seems I can move my arm as I want now, thanks to the rehabilitation. Glad to hear that. As I told you before, I'm quitting the company next month and going back to my parents' house. Thank you for your help. I'm calling to inform you about that. I see. I can't believe your father suddenly got sick. I'm really sorry to hear that and wish you and your family all the best. Thank you, Thomas. You too. Please don't force yourself too hard. Can I ask you one thing? My wife seems to be having an affair with her colleague. Adultery? That's surprising. How did you know she was having an affair? Did she say something about it, or did you hear about it from someone else? I was in the hospital, and she said she was going on a trip to Hawaii with her colleague. When I suspected her, she tried to end the conversation right away, so I decided to ask another colleague of mine. Then my colleague told me that he knows the person my wife has an affair with. There's no smoke without fire, right? No way. Maybe it's just a rumor and you shouldn't bother about that. I want to think that it's a lie too, but if it's true, I'm going to file for alimony against my wife and her lover. I have plenty of time. Oh, sorry that I brought this topic out of the blue. I am so surprised that I've lost my words, but you're in the hospital and I thought it would be hard for you to gather evidence. Well, I'll figure something out. Even in the hospital, you can gather more information than you think, you know. Insurance money from the accident and settlement money will also come in. Oh, okay then. But please, take care of yourself. Thomas, your wife died in an accident. Huh? What are you talking about? Cassandra is supposed to be in Hawaii right now. You may not believe it because it's so sudden, but the police told me earlier at the company that she died on a trip. Is it true? What? Are you talking about the police in Hawaii? Lying is not good. If you're joking, you have a very bad sense of humor. I heard she was involved in a car accident in Hawaii. It looks like your wife's bag was found at the scene, and that's how they identified her. Wait a minute. I'm totally confused here. Are you really sure about that? I know. I can understand that it's confusing. One question I have is why haven't the police contacted me? Normally, if it's an accident overseas, the embassy would contact me or something. I wonder why I haven't received any call yet. I don't know why, but maybe you're in the hospital. I haven't heard anything from my wife's parents either. Isn't that strange? My wife's family should have contacted me if something happened to Cassandra. Which police department called you? I just heard about it from another colleague. I wonder which department made a call. Speaking of which, what are you doing at the office? Didn't you say that you were going to quit so you could use your paid leaves? That's right. It just happened since the paperwork was incomplete. Anyway, it's true that your wife passed away. How can you be so sure? They haven't even found her body yet, have they? How can the police declare that the person is dead just because her belongings were found at the scene? I don't know the details. Well, you didn't make the call, did you? Who at the company told you that? I'll check, so let me know. I'm sorry, I don't remember since I was so shocked. You must be pretty upset that you can't even remember the faces of the people you worked with. I see. Well, I'll ask the section chief then. If that's true, the section chief would have heard about it as expected. You don't have to go that far. You're still in the hospital, so I'll do some more research on behalf of you. That's enough. You're lying, aren't you? Why should I lie to you? I've been working with you for 2 years. I know your habits. You used to say that when you tried to hide your mistakes at work. If you don't know, you always say vague things that you don't remember. You are too obvious. Really? I don't remember that at all. Look, you're using the same words again. Could it be that you're Cassandra's lover? No way! I'm not having an affair with your wife. Well, if you ask the company or the police, they'll know right away. If you want, I can call the embassy to find out more about the details. If you're not doing anything wrong, why would you lie to me by telling me this story of yours? Since you're ignoring me, I'm sure that you were lying to me.
What have you done, Thomas? I can't believe you sent pictures of the affair and stuff to my parents. Why do you even involve my parents in this kind of private matters? It's disgusting that you would do such a thing. Why don't you just tell me directly?
Pictures of the affair? So you admitted it? I'm convinced now that you were having an affair. Thanks for the obvious response.
No, I didn't.
That's enough. Excuses are a waste of time. James, right? I had my lawyer to do the further research, so I know all about it. I've been contacted by the embassy too. They said there's no evidence of you leaving this country, and there's no evidence of any American who got involved in a traffic accident in Hawaii. What did you do then?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Cassandra. You faked it because you didn't want to pay for the alimony. You almost got caught by me, so you think you can just pretend you're dead before I find out? That's foolish. I'm really tired of your way of thinking. There's no way you can pretend you're dead. You're very immature.
It's your fault. If you hadn't insisted on asking, none of this would have happened.
You wouldn't have even noticed. That's why I had to make up a cover. I had no choice, and I didn't want to go that far either. Well, you better stop living with your head buried in the sand. It's not even a cover. That's just a joke. Then you're even dumber for choosing a woman like me. Just by being a little nice to you, you fell in love with me right away. I can still remember that delirious look on your face. Seriously, it's just so ridiculous. I only married you because you have a high income. You're an idiot for not realizing it. I don't love you even a bit. When I heard you were involved in a car accident, I wanted to divorce you right away. You're just a burden to me if you can't make any money by working. You're right. I'm really feeling like I didn't look more carefully when we were still dating. I'm mad at myself. But I didn't expect that you were having an affair with a colleague. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm so glad it was before we have kids. I would never have kids with you. Unlike James, you're ugly. I'm worried about the face of our child. I decided that if I wanted to have a child, it would definitely be James' DNA. You're such a horrible woman. Well, it's easy to get alimony, and I'm glad that I've got this much evidence. I'm basically honest, you know. By the way, about the alimony, I'll pay it. But can you please tell my parents that I didn't have any love affair? They're so angry that they won't even listen to me anymore. I'm afraid they'll cut off ties with me, and I don't want that to happen. I'm glad your parents are decent, unlike you. But I'm not going to lie to them, and you're going to pay for the alimony. You just want your parents to pay for you, right? That's stupid and selfish. You need to clean the mess you've created by yourself. I have the money with me, so don't worry about that. Really? I'm happy to hear that. Since you seem to be counting on it, I'll tell you something. I haven't applied for the accident settlement and the insurance money yet, so they won't be transferred to my account. You're lying. I knew you were counting on it. You're really too obvious. Don't think that just because I'm in the hospital I can't do anything. I've been consulting my lawyer, had the credit bureau check on behalf of me out for the last few days. I was surprised when I found out that you're living in a luxury apartment now. Why are you doing this to me? I won't be able to make a living. Why don't you ask James to support you? I wonder how much money he's making. You are really stupid to live on the insurance money and settlement money from my accident. Yes, and there's also the division of property. Property division? My savings from when I was single won't be divided to you. What? You have some savings after we got married too, right? What are you talking about? I wish I had. You're the one who spent all our savings after we got married. Stop joking, Thomas. Well, after the divorce proceedings are over, I'm going to ask for alimony from both of you and James. How am I supposed to make a living? Ask that to the handsome James, will you? I won't be your husband anymore soon. If you have a future with James, then you'll be fine. Actually, James doesn't have any savings either. Well, I guess so. He likes to gamble. Aren't you two a good match? He has the same level of intelligence with you. So, can you talk to a lawyer about the rest? It's none of my business anymore. Wait a minute. We lived together for 3 years. You could have compromised a little more. You have feelings for me, don't you? Where's your compassion? Compassion? How can you say that? If you had been a little nicer to me when I was in the hospital after the car accident, I might have. I've lost all my feelings for you. Well, I have no more regrets. So just sign the divorce papers and pay for the alimony. Thomas, can I talk to you? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do such things. How dare you contact me? Don't think that I'll forgive you just because you apologized to me. I'm really sorry. I won't do the same mistake ever again. I admit that I had an affair with your wife, so can you somehow reduce the amount of my compensation? Is that the attitude of someone who is remorseful? There is no such thing as a reduction. Didn't your lawyer tell you that I had no intention to reduce the amount? I heard about that, but I thought if I talked to you directly, I could at least get a little discount or something like that. Please be nice to me, just like what you did before. Are you stupid? There's no way I'm going to be nice to you. Take full responsibility for what you've done. Why should I be nice to someone who had an affair with my wife? Besides, a content-certified letter was sent to my parents' house, and my father fell ill because of the shock. That's your fault for having an affair. I'm sorry to hear that. And your father wasn't ill, so he's not in bad shape, right? Another lie. Your father called my lawyer to apologize. What a good person your dad is. I asked him about his health, and he said he was in good condition. Lying again? I wonder how you could lie so easily like that. I'll tell you my true feelings, so please consider reducing the amount. I don't want to be together with Cassandra anymore. I want you to help me. Before we lived together, she was kind to me in many ways, but now she doesn't even do the housework. She also wastes a lot of money. I'm surprised that she suddenly changed so drastically. I have to pay for the apartment too, and I'm going crazy. You finally realize it. That's the kind of woman she is. Well, I didn't notice that for 3 years. Good for you for finding out so quickly. You're very determined, which is really surprising to me. It's not good at all. When I tried to go back to my parents' house, my father was furious with me, so I'm still living with Cassandra. Well, I'm really grateful that you two jerks got together. I'm glad that I'm free like a bird, as you can see. I'm sure Cassandra will hang on to you until she finds her next guy, so good luck with that. I'll do anything, so can you give me a break this time? I'm really sorry. I will give Cassandra back to you. There's no way I'll forgive you. I don't want you to return Cassandra to me. You're the one who should do something about it. Live with her for the rest of your life and be happy with her. You two scumbags make a great couple. Oh, and make sure you pay the alimony, okay? I'm going to charge you for it. James and Cassandra paid me the alimony for the affair. They both admitted the affair, so it seems they couldn't escape paying. I contacted the embassy to confirm the truth, and they found out that James was lying. In the end, James was scolded by the embassy. At that time, he again tried to lie for his own sake and got his boss at work and his parents involved. Now it seems that he has no place to belong in the company. It is frustrating that I could not notice these two idiots until now, but I'm relieved that I have managed to put an end to this. I'm now able to move my arm as I went through rehabilitation. It is still inconvenient for me to work hard, but the company is understanding and I'm gradually returning to work. I was shocked when I decided to divorce Cassandra, but I'm glad that I left her before she started spending all of my precious money. I don't want to live my life being taken advantage of any longer. When I think about it, James, who took Cassandra away from me, may have saved my life in a certain way. From now on, I hope that my arm will recover as soon as possible so I can enjoy my hobbies for a while and live a leisurely life, hoping to meet someone new sooner or later.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!